From Washington, this is VOA News. Thailand elections go forward despite disruptions. Israeli leaders criticize U.S. Secretary of State's boycott warning. I'm Ray Kouguell reporting from Washington. Opposition protesters in Thailand forced the closure of hundreds of polling stations across the country Sunday, threatening the outcome of the vote meant to quell months of unrest. The main opposition Democrat Party boycotted the elections, and protesters obstructed voting by blocking distribution of ballots and preventing voters from entering polling stations in several constituencies. Despite the uncertainty of the poll, Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra said holding the vote was the right way to resolve the political unrest in the country.
At least I think this election, that's very important that people come to vote with their right for democracy. So I think this is important that people still would like to see the election, because the election is the right way for under the democratic process.
Results from the vote are not expected for many weeks. The protest and violence erupted 3 months ago when the Prime Minister tried to grant amnesty to her brother, the former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. Campaigning for Afghanistan's presidential election is underway for a successor to Hamid Karzai. It officially began Sunday for the April 5th poll. Mr. Karzai cannot run for a third term under Afghan law. Ukraine's beleaguered President Viktor Yanukovych says he'll be back to work today, even as new protests against him filled the streets of Kiev on Sunday. Mr. Yanukovych took leave late last week for what was described as an acute respiratory infection and fever. His website said Sunday he is now feeling well. About 30,000 anti-government demonstrators seeking his ouster protested in Kiev's barricaded Independence Square. Syrian government aircraft continued dropping crude barrel bombs Sunday in rebel-held areas in the northern city of Aleppo, with a monitoring group reporting at least 36 fatalities. Activists identified 13 of Sunday's dead as children. They say helicopters and warplanes targeted at least 15 opposition-held neighborhoods in the divided city of Aleppo. As U.S.-mediated Middle East peace talks enter their 7th month, mounting tensions are emerging between Israel and Washington. Robert Berger has more.
Israeli officials are furious after Secretary of State John Kerry warned that if peace talks with the Palestinians fail, Israel could face growing international boycotts.
You see, for Israel, there's an increasing delegitimization campaign that has been building up. People are very sensitive to it. There are talk of boycotts and other kinds of things.
At the weekly cabinet meeting in Jerusalem, Israeli ministers took these remarks as a direct threat. Make concessions to the Palestinians or pay a heavy price. Strategic Affairs Minister Yuval Steinitz said Israel would not negotiate with a gun pointed at its head, especially when its vital national interests are at stake. Robert Berger for VOA News, Jerusalem.
The State Department issued a clarification saying Secretary Kerry's remarks are taken out of context, that he staunchly opposes any boycotts against Israel, and was only referring to actions taken by others. Secretary of State Kerry held a rare meeting Sunday with Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference to discuss issues concerning Tehran's controversial nuclear program. A senior U.S. State Department official says Secretary Kerry repeated to Mr. Zarif the importance of both sides negotiating in good faith, and Iran abiding by its commitments that came out of an international meeting in November. Mr. Kerry also made clear the United States will continue to enforce existing sanctions. Academy Award-winning actor Philip Seymour Hoffman was found dead Sunday in his New York apartment of a suspected drug overdose. He was 46 years old. Police say they went to the actor's home in Manhattan's Greenwich Village after getting a call from one of his friends. Reports citing law enforcement officials say investigators found a syringe in Hoffman's arm and an envelope containing what was believed to be heroin. There's been no official confirmation of those reports. Hoffman won an Academy Award and a Golden Globe for Best Actor for his role in the 2005 biographical film Capote, in which he played author Truman Capote. He also won Tony Award nominations for his acting on Broadway. I'm Ray Kouguell, VOA News. These stories and more at voanews.com.